Hey YouTube, coming at you with the team that got me to 2850, and it has Shadow Annihilape, which is the third time I've used this Pokemon in a row, but I want to explain why I'm showcasing this. There's two reasons. One, it was part of my run to the 2940 ELO, so I want to show you the teams that got me there. And the second part is, when the content creators put out a lot of these teams, you're not always seeing like the one that they did it on the first shot. That'd be like, oh, this is the best team, and I thought of it right away. Usually it's a lot of like looking at your Pokemon and kind of tweaking what you're doing. So the strategy is still the exact same as the last two teams that I've showcased. Shadow Annihilape is very strong. The counter damage from the Shadow is fantastic. You have the Rage Fist, which boosts your attack. So you can shield through a lot of things. And at the same time, you need to cover your Ghost, Flying, and Fairy weakness. So basically have Clodsire to cover the Fairy weakness as the poison in the back, and then Lapras as sort of the catch-all. So this was another one of those like save swap with Lapras. Clodsire covers the main weakness in the back against the fairies. You have some potential issues with some Pokemon, but like some of the flyers that you're going to be weak to, like Clodsire is going to have problems with, or I guess like Lapras with the Sidewave being resisted, like Darks. Annihilape can hit neutral against those, so you can kind of deal with sort of that capacity there. You don't have a fantastic answer for Ghost. In fact, Clodsire is Poison Sting is resisted by Ghost, and you're going to see that actually come into play in some of these losses here. So that's why you just kind of like play, like have the idea of your team in your head, tweak it a bit, play through, see what works, see what doesn't work, what's in your range, and go from there. So we have Greninja on the lead. So they get out into Marowak. This is one of those where I just had a good lead overall, but because I'm already ahead on the counter, I know I can probably grab a shield here. And if I grab a shield, it just makes this switch much easier, even if I need to shield a potential Rock Slide here, knowing that I'm going to keep switch. It's one of those things where I just wanted to ensure I was going to keep switch, just because Annihilape is such a good matchup against Greninja, and Lapras and Clodsire do not. So when you want to ensure you're going to keep switch, do that there. Unfortunately, Greninja is going to come in, and I do not have Skull Bash on this. I am going to fake like I do. They only have Night Slash, right? Because the water moves are also resisted on me. So they can only throw Night Slash. I'm going to at least fake like I have a... I don't think they're going to shield because I have Annihilape on the front. But, you know, it's worth the fake bait. But here we go. Landing that Sparkling Aria, and just... Greninja's just glassy, right? So they end up shielding because I did take them to the yellow, and that one would have taken them to the deep red. One more Night Slash is going to take me out. Let's see if I instant swap. Yeah, I'm not surprised that I made that move. I almost just wanted to try and like snipe it, but it did not work out well on the timing. But I did get a couple more here. I'm actually fine with losing this, right? If you're weak to fighting on the front, you're unlikely weak to fighting in the back. Unfortunately, as a Scizor, Poison Sting is resisted, but this is where Clodsire's just bulk is coming in, right? Earthquake is a fantastic move. You can live anything because you have the bulk. Here comes the Earthquake. It is neutral on the Bug Steel, and it is enough to take out because that's just the strength of Clodsire there, which makes it a top Pokemon for a while. This is why I'm talking about the Galarian Moltres. This is a matchup that you just stay in. Sucker Punch is neutral. You do have a super effective Ice Punch. I do bait off. Yeah, sometimes I bait, sometimes I don't. I think most people just are now under the assumption that you are running Ice Punch. Okay, that one lands, so that's like nice that I didn't bait. I think most people are under the assumption that Shadow Annihilape is running Rage Fist Ice Punch. So land that Ice Punch, do take it out. It is a Typhlosion, and I'm going to get to a move here. Looks like that was on 5, which is not ideal timing, but it's ideal timing with this game being not working properly, because now I get another 2 counters through before that lands. Just going to come in to try to eat it on the Clodsire because it has more bulk than Lapras, but kind of works out that they have a ground Pokemon in the back here. So we are now aligned on Lapras on the Gashadon. Let's see if I shield. It's going to be tricky here. Yeah, I'm shielding up a potential Earth Power, which is a bait, which is unfortunate because I thought what they would do is just go for the Earth Power to like chip it to potential Incinerate range and then just kind of sweep with Typhlosion. But they decided to bait there. I guess Gastrodon has a really good matchup against Clodsire, so it makes sense that they want to try to align here. But that's not going to happen with the Body Slam. But now they come and bait me. Not bait me, but dump some energy here. Can I Poison Sting down before they get to another Blast Burn? I don't really have an option because I don't want to be slapped down. It is a Blast Burn. And I have a move, but do they have a Body Slam now? And I lose CMP. Well, wow, no one-turn delay on that one. See, if the one-turn delay happened, which it happens most of the time, I would have got that Earthquake off. I should not have. That is the correct mechanism where you should get the Body Slam off. But 9 times out of 10, that move does not show up for them, and I get my Earthquake off and win that matchup. So very annoying there. Speed mode annoying. Gliscopod. So I don't have any moves here for it, but Annihilape's counter would be resisted. So I just kind of got out of there. Especially that it's a Shadow Claw. It is a Shadow Claw Gliscopod, which would have caused a lot of problems for Annihilape. So I had to go into my safe swap here. I do live 2 X Scissors, so that 0, 15, 12 IV coming in real handy there. Get a second one off. Does not take out. That's okay. Did grab 1 shield. Now where do I go here? They have Clodsire because that counter's resisted. I mean, they're going to get at least 1 Aqua Jet off, probably 2. Yeah, which is why I'm letting the first one go. Knowing just, like, they're going to get 2. I just want to see how much the first one does. Just to figure out what I want to do on the second one there. So do shield, do take it down. Have energy. Credilli. I think this is maybe wasted energy. Because I know I'm going to come Annihilate right away. So maybe I should just come right away to see what's in the back. And then save that energy for this. And then figure out how to finish the matchup. But now we have a Azumarill, which is resisting the counters. Has super effective play rough. I may shield and try and lay catch if I can. And it's an Ice Beam bait. Well, it's not even a bait because the bubbles are actually adding up on Annihilape. So here comes the second Rage Fist. If I can get to a third one, I've already did grab a shield there. Interesting. Because they're just going to get to another move here. Hopefully I live. It's an Ice Beam. No, even the Ice Beam takes me out. Credilli's going to come in and if it's smart, Grass Knot me. If it's not smart, it Rock Tombs me. So now I'm over farming to try and take it out with the Earthquake here so that I can come out with some energy for this Sludge Bomb. And I do have the Sludge Bomb, throwing it right away on bad timing just because I think that it's enough to take out. They did lower my attack and I win. Why would you bait a Rock Tomb? Don't bait the Rock Tomb. Okay, mirror match. Now my IVs on my Annihilape are 10 attack, which gives me a pretty strong chance of winning CMP here. That's exactly what happens. So then this is where it gets tricky. I still need to throw the Rage Fist right away on CMP, because if I don't, and they do not try and catch, then they're going to get a move off and I'm going to have to burn a shield. But throwing right on CMP sets you up for an easy catch. So looks like we did CMP again. They are probably just confirming that I am going to win CMP. And there's, like, if this is a good opponent, which I'm in the 2050s, there's a 10 out of 10 chance they catch this. Yeah. And they catch on the front. Of course, they have to. It's smart. It's an easy catch. Now, I'm 3 times boosted coming in here, so these counters will basically delete Ferret. So it's not the worst case scenario for me. But yeah, 10 times out of 10, you make that catch. 10 times out of 10, I still need to throw right away because it's extremely, extremely risky not to. But yeah, so they made the catch. Do take it out with the Clodsire. Have some energy. They're throwing. Could be an Ice Punch, I think. Could it be an Ice Punch? Yeah, could be an Ice Punch. It is an Ice Punch. Just going to get out of here. Maybe I should have overfarmed a couple, knowing that counter is resisted. But I did not. And what is in the back? For Alligator. So I just instant swapped. Maybe I should have tried to chip while I could. You know what I should have done? Yeah. They have Crunch too. What I should have done is, with a little bit of energy there, got to the Sludge Bomb before they had energy and chipped it with Sludge Bomb and then tried to catch the resisted moves here on the Lapras. That's what I should have done. But I went in right away. I do end up winning anyways, but I still think that's probably the better play. Annihilape into Blastoise. So rollout is resisted. Hydros come quick. One Hydro's not going to take out, but with your sort of more glassiness, you're going to be taken out. However, I think they just threw on 12, which means I got an extra counter through on bad timing there. And they give up switch into an Annihilape. So I'm definitely going to grab a shield here to try and catch a move. Do I just try and... don't get countered down. Don't get countered down. I think in the moment, I know what I'm thinking about in the moment. In the moment, I'm thinking, I can't come Lapras. I do have Psywave, but they're already so far ahead on energy. If I come Lapras, the counter Rage Fist is going to combo me there. And then I thought, if I come in Clodsire right away, one Earthquake is not going to be enough to take them out. So I think my thought process is, even though counter was resisted, chip it as much as you can to get it low enough that you can take it out with Earthquake. Now, they end up shielding anyways. And now I'm in a terrible spot because there's no point of shielding that, but now they're like 3 times boosted here. So I got to shield everything and hope this counter damage leaves me with that some health left. Am I going to throw it right away? Yeah, I have to. I cannot take any more counter damage. But the damage is done. Now I have no energy and I'm at like 35% health for a Ferret to come in. And Ferret's got bulk and speed here, so I have no chance. And they Trailblaze me too, just to add insult. Because I think they could have just gone double Swift. But Sucker Punch down is going to work too. Yeah. I think staying in too long there cost me. Okay, evenish lead. Both doing some fast move damage with charge moves that come okay speed. Both trying for optimal timing, which is going to allow me to get to a move here before they get to the 14 versus 15 here. Now, I think I have to let this go because they're going to get to a move. But now they're going to get to a Rock Slide. And they shield. And Fortress comes in. So I'm going to chip with Sparkling Aria. Bug Bite is resisted on the Poison, but Poison is resisted on the Steel. I'm just hoping they just have like Sand Tomb, Rock Tomb. And that's exactly what I have. So Sand Tomb is super effective, but it lowers your defense and does not much else. And Rock Tomb is resisted. So knowing that I can just take that and Earthquake is neutral here, hopefully it's enough to put it in like at least Poison Sting range. It's going to be an aggressive Poison Sting range, but it's Poison Sting range. So here comes the second Sand Tomb, and they eventually come back in Marowak, where those Mud Slaps on a 2 times lower defense here is really going to add up. But now I get back into my matchup. I will have to shield up everything here. I don't know what's in the back yet. It's a Shadow Marowak, even if it's a Bone Club. Oh, it's a Rock Slide, so that's actually helpful, because now maybe I can Psywave down before they get to a move. Nope, they are loaded. So I will have to save this health here for another Rock Slide. Holy crap, were they that loaded? The Fortress comes in. Freaking Bastiodon. Unfortunately, Smackdown is super effective on the ice. And a Sparkling Aria is super effective, but I'm going to need 3. And unfortunately, I think these Smackdowns are going to take me out before I get to a third one here. Yeah, so not surprising I'm trying to come in here and just absorb or take some energy. But that still does not help the situation of these Smackdowns going to take me down very quickly before I get to the Sparkling Aria. Unless they give up Switch and I can Psywave down. Oof. My one potential win con there almost happened. Dedenne. Ooh, crap. Yeah, so I'm staying in this matchup because I kind of have to. I got Lapras, which would be a terrible matchup. just getting outpaced to the electric. Clodsire is obviously the better answer, which I just make a catch here and save that. Okay, so I burned one shield and caught here. The problem is they're going to have an answer for Clodsire. Ooh, not really. Why are they coming in Jumpluff? So coming in Jumpluff into Clodsire, not the best thing to come into with all this poison here. I mean, acrobatics are going to add up fast. So I've already burnt one shield. I'd be surprised if I burn another. Acrobatics does land. Do get to the Sludge Bomb. This will take out or grab a shield. Does grab a shield. Looks like we CMP'd. I do have energy on the Annihilape. I could come in and get like a Rage Fist off. But Fairy Wind is resisted, so I'm just going to force them to throw here. And where do I go next? I mean, I saw Acrobatics early, so I could just Psy-Wave down here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Go in the back. I have no idea what the movesets are on this thing. So I'm just going straight Ice Punch, which is super effective. Getting to the Rage Fist. Had I known that one Ice Punch was not going to take out, I'd probably go double Rage Fist just to boost my attack twice. They're already out of move. I assume this is going to hurt, so I'm just going to shield. Leaf Blade. Yeah, Leaf Blade would hurt. Can I counter down? I can. Jumpluff's here. Can I take this down? I can. Rage Fist through this. Yep. Pidgeot. Terrible lead. Gotta come Lapras. To be hit with a Fortress. Bug Bite is neutral. And Rock Tomb will be super effective. So I do not see how I'm going to get out of this matchup here. Okay, but you know what? They just shielded, so at that point, that's okay. I know they're going to want to Rock Tomb me to lower my attack before they take the first one, but grabbing a shield there is not the worst case scenario. I'm going to be taken down here. Annihilape does resist the Bug Bite with the counter, with the, fighting. They have a lot of health, energy though. So if it's an Earthquake, it's going to hurt, but at this point, is our Pidgeot on the front. I don't really have a choice. Anyway, I do have a choice. What am I doing? Why am I shielding that? I'm going to come out with a ton of energy, but now 2 times... Okay, just 1 times lowered on the attack. Am I going to throw out a super effective Ice Punch? You know, I think I'm just worried that one Sludge Bomb doesn't take out. And if I don't chip it here... or grab a shield, then I put myself in a pretty bad spot with the Clodsire. But burning a shield, I now just may try and sweep with Annihilape. Yeah, it's a Feather Dance, so that's unfortunate. Marowak. Like, Annihilape is my win con. But my only concern is if they slap all the way down here, they're going to have 2 moves here. One Earthquake's not going to take out, and they're going to have 2 moves. Whoa. I guess they're only going to have 1 move. They throw the Bone Club, instant swap. They try to undercharge there. I've got to shield this, but I have an Ice Punch, which will be super effective against the Pidgeot. Why would they throw? I expect the Pidgeot to come snipe me here, so get off that Ice Punch. It is a Shadow. I'm a Shadow. Super effective. So enough to take out, and I can counter down. Yeah, I think they blew that as soon as they threw that Bone Club. Scizor, I think we've probably seen this lead in the last couple videos here. You just shield the first Night Slash, get off that Rage Fist, and force a shield or take it out. So they do get a move through, but that's fine. They do shield, but I'm still now just going to counter down. I don't know. There's no point of shielding that one because you're going to lose anyways. You just take the shield advantage. Gastrodon comes in. I mean, unfortunate that I didn't get that move off, but very fortunate on alignment here because I cannot have my Clodsire on this thing. Shielding up a potential Earth Power, and it is an Earth Power, so that is great. Let's see if they want to let this go and try and run with whatever's in the back. They do let it go. They do come in the back. The back is a Guzzlord. I should be just going Sludge Bomb. Yeah, 1 Earthquake's not going to take out, so you're most likely just going to go double Sludge Bomb anyways. So I think that's the correct play. You'll live a move here, but I'm definitely going to throw immediately to try and take this out or grab that second shield. So Clodsire's bulk helping you out a little bit here. They do shield. I mean, Psywave is double resisted and they're going to have some energy. So it's not surprising that they're shielding to try and take me out here. But I live with the Dragon Claw. They do catch on Gastrodon. And that chip now puts this in Psywave range, which means I'm now going to get to a Sparkling Aria. Yeah, that's all I need. I think I could go to Ice Beam because I think I'll live no matter what they throw, but they're already in the yellow, so Sparkling Aria. Again, Guzzlord has the stamina, but not the defense. And I've showcased this before, and I'll just kind of bring it up here just to explain why I knew that Sparkling Aria, even from a yellow, would take out. So Guzzlord's stats are... It has 265 stamina, but only 66 defense. And what we've established here is stamina, just think about that as HP. So it's the total number of like health that you have. So, you know, something like Chansey and all those have a lot of just like health to it. So I think Chansey's distribution is probably like this too. Yeah, exactly. It's much more higher in defense. It has 120 defense, but it has 421 stamina. So basically what that means is you just have a lot of HP. But the low defense is basically how well you can handle charge moves. So Guzzlord has a 66 defense, which is terrible, which means that any charge move you throw at it is going to do a lot of just damage to it. Now, if it has a lot of HP, you got to think of like, okay, even if it does like a lot of damage because of the low defense, if it has a lot of HP, it still may live. But when you're already in the yellow, your stamina, your like HP is much lower in the yellow already. And then just defense not being able to take any charge moves just means that Sparkling Aria is going to take out from the yellow, even though it's resisted. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know if Nihilape's on another team, but I did get 2940, blew it all in Couch Cup, so I don't know if I'm going to hit Legend again because I dropped like 400 ELO, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.